You are a real piece of if you believe I have taken your money. You destroyed your dreams when you stopped believing in me.
There are two sides to Sam Lee.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'd like to introduce you to my girlfriend. We all know who I'm talking about right here. It's Bitcoin.
With HyperVerse and Blockchain Global, he's championed the potential of cryptocurrencies.
Bitcoin is just part of a fintech revolution. We're able to democratize currency, just like how the internet democratized information.
He's appeared on a range of news channels, and he's also received celebrity endorsements.
It's Steve Wozniak here, Apple co-founder, and I'm here to support HyperVerse.
But on the other hand, there's this whole other side to Sam Lee's story.
Your life has been a complete and utter failure as you continue to blame me for what I am not responsible for.
When HyperVerse collapsed in 2022, investors lost close to $2 billion.
It was a very dark time. You get a real sense of shame and guilt about it.
US authorities charged Lee with fraud, alleging that promised returns were funded in what they called a pyramid and a Ponzi scheme. And yet, he's promoting new ventures from a place that has no extradition treaty with the US.
Hi and welcome back. There is multi-trillion dollars to be made from paradigm shifts.
There are people all over the world trying to track him down.
We'll see money going from one scam to fund another scam. It's like money laundering crypto style.
The question is, will Lee ever face justice?
I suppose I first got involved with Hyperfund about August 2021. My name is Rupert Honeywood, very happily married with one 28-year-old son and a dog and a cat. And needless to say, the wife is boss of the house, probably very closely followed by the dog. I'm a little bit of a geek. I love technology. I do love to dabble and play with things. I think with crypto, what's really exciting is it completely cuts out the middleman. On Saturdays, you would have what they class as a leadership call. And it was very common to have at least 800-900 people. Looking back on it, it felt very much like you were becoming part of almost a church. There was a lot of positivity, a bit of euphoria. People feel they've almost built up a relationship with Sam Lee, because he was a very good orator. He was very convincing to listen to.
Just like the billionaires who invested in Microsoft once and get dividended out forever, right? They earned it. They picked the right horse. Now, I believe you have also picked the right horse.
In January 2022, I spoke to my wife and I said, look, why don't we actually find a way of getting rid of our mortgage completely? I decided that we'd put half our equity into the whole project.
We've generated outstanding returns 10 times or even 100 times over.
I suppose for me, the time when it seemed to go really badly wrong was about 2 weeks after we put in this very large deposit. I got a tip-off from two fairly senior community leaders and said, look, Rupert, really sorry, but it's become apparent that virtually all withdrawals within the community are going to stop. The operation was started to become borderline insolvent. I just couldn't possibly accept it, that possibly something as bad as that was about to happen. My wife, understandably, was very upset with me. They employed a fake CEO. It turns out he's an actor.
Lastly, we are aware that a small number of members are still experiencing trouble with some of the withdrawals and accounts being frozen. These are getting resolved.
It was reassuring at the time because people didn't know he was a fake. It took me probably a good 48 hours, 2-3 days before I could even accept the extent of actually what happened and the devastation. Of course, you feel perhaps you've let other people down. I think my wife has just about forgiven me, I'm pleased to say. We've since moved into a detached house. It's a shared ownership. I'm effectively the lodger. Yes, so this picture here was actually a painting of our last house. We lived there for nearly 28 years. Lots of very happy memories. So you have to laugh, otherwise you'd cry. Yeah. I contacted a major UK agency which is based around fraud, and my calls were never actually returned. I feel he's a bit like a Teflon man.
You invest once, benefit forever.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure for him to be dealt with appropriately.
I could talk about Sam Lee for 20 weeks. I see a lot of people that are drawn into these schemes. They show nice cars, nice houses, nice holidays, happy people. But I don't see happy people in these Zoom meetings. Test, 1, 2, 3, hello, welcome. Hello, I'm Danny DeHeck, and I'm your saviour from HyperVerse, formerly known as HyperFun. I've been fighting these scams for nearly 3 years. I've got about 1,700 videos on my YouTube channel. These companies are built on nothing. They're built on memberships. Please do not invest any of your hard-earned dollars and do your own due diligence. I'm trying to talk to these people that don't want to believe in me. They just want to carry on that path and they'll lose all their money. They literally just want to believe in something. I mean, you think about what I used to believe. I was born into the Jehovah's Witness organisation. I used to listen to the elders and the ministerial servants preach and tell people that we were going to live in a paradise earth, and I used to truly believe what they told us from the stage. I got kicked out of the religion when I was 23 years of age, and I had to start over, so I had nothing. So now I see a shocking parallel with the people in these Zoom meetings gaslighting people and telling them that they're going to get wealthy if they listen to their investment advice. Sam Lee, you are a personal project of Danny DeHeck. Sam Lee, brother from another lover. If not. Would you guys like to have breakfast with Scam Lee? He's gone from one scheme to another. Do not be hooked into the message of Sam. Sam is Scam Lee. These guys were like just the most amazing people, and they claim they have 250,000 active users and have 1 million accounts, but it's like buying monopoly money.
Around the time that blockchain global collapsed, Sam Lee left Australia.
But a lot of people took the money and ran. Sam Lee disappeared. Blockchain Global has $50 million Australian missing. We didn't know where he was. We was trying to figure it out.
Over the past decade or so, experts say there's one place where crypto scamming has been very prolific, and it happens to be the same place that Sam Lee moved to when he left Australia.
Yep, he's alive. You heard it here first. Sam Lee is back. 8 months after he left Australia, he popped up in Dubai with a new scheme called Hyper One. And I thought it was a joke.
Welcome to the Silicon Oasis, UAE. Ground zero of one of my many operations.
Lee's been prolific since settling in Dubai. He's worked on VidiLook, Satoshi Square Table, StableDAO, and We Are All Satoshi. These are far from solo projects. There are entire teams behind them.
Dubai does seem to be a place where people seem to flee, especially related with crypto.
The UAE was put on a grey list a few years ago of countries not doing enough to tackle illicit finance. It was taken off that list earlier last year. The country has made public efforts to clean up its finance sector. The issue is how effective these measures have been, and is enough being done in Dubai and internationally.
It is getting to the stage where we need help. A lot of people are sort of getting away with it.
Unlike most people facing prosecution, Sam Lee's always been very willing to speak to me. And that's why we set up a sit-down interview. So originally the idea was to come here in Dubai and interview Sam Lee to talk about HyperVerse. And he said that he would meet us. So right now, when I'm messaging Sam on WhatsApp, it shows up as if he's not received my messages. So he's kind of gone off the radar. This is the place that Sam Lee in one of his videos shows as his office center. We looked all over the city for him. We went to his personal and business addresses, but there was no sign of him. Just kind of been waiting. What is the name? L-E-E. L-E-E. Okay, no. So it looks like Sam Lee doesn't live here, and it doesn't look like he's staying at the apartment that US authorities had an address for. I knew he had an extensive network of people who were working with him on a lot of these ventures, most of which seemed problematic. So we've been able to find a number of people close to Sam Lee, people who've helped him set up his websites, people who've helped him find liquidity in the industry.
Sam, honestly, he's been kind of also like a mentor.
Sam and others. So they're all hardcore originators of this decentralized technology.
I cannot say, personally at least, that I've spoken or I know someone that has as much knowledge and experience.
But if you look around Dubai, there are a number of signs of other alleged scams just spread all around the city. One of Dubai's metro stations is sponsored by OnPassive, a company US authorities have declared a pyramid scheme. It promotes affiliate marketing, which is the same thing as multi-level marketing. And that's where people make money by selling products and getting commissions from signing up new people. Pyramid and Ponzi schemes are illegal in most countries, including in the US and in the UAE. Multi-level marketing schemes are legal, and the line between the two is often hard to discern. The question is why Dubai has become such a magnet for these dubious businesses. Throughout its history, the city has sought to become the center of global trade. This started with the oil boom, and it's evolved into finance and now tech. In order to attract the best talent, it created a tax and regulatory environment that makes it easy to do business here. The problem is, while attracting legitimate businesses, this has also made it a haven for various tech pyramid and Ponzi schemes, according to US authorities. And despite recent progress in combating illicit finance, Dubai continues to grapple with an influx of bad actors, particularly in the crypto space. A month after I returned, news of Sam Lee's whereabouts finally emerged.
Sam Lee has been detained in Dubai. Once again, Sam Lee has been detained in Dubai.
Sam told me he'd surrendered himself willingly to Dubai authorities after an Interpol red notice was issued. He'd been detained for 60 days and had just been released. After exchanging messages, we arranged a remote sit-down interview.
What got me through my 60 days of incarceration was knowing that they cannot do anything worse to me because they have already done what they... excuse me. Yeah. Why can they get the narrative so wrong and use such powerful and defaming words when all I've done was try to help people understand this space? It's because regulators, unfortunately, cannot be seen as being asleep at the wheel. They have to prove me guilty. That's very, very hard when they have very little evidence on what actually has happened.
So to some of the early investors who lost money, what would you say to them?
I'm sympathetic to investors who participate in this space and lose money. But everyone who understands how to make money in this space by really listening to what I have to say, giving me time to really understand this space, have made money. If people are not able to take the full scope of my knowledge and apply it, then the outcome, of course, will be less than ideal.
So I kind of want to bring up the language that US regulators are using, it's pretty strong. They're talking about pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes. Are they misunderstanding crypto and also like affiliate marketing?
There's nothing wrong with multi-level marketing. There is nothing wrong with cryptocurrency. They simply feel threatened that this new form of financial value creation and exchange is competing with the US-backed currencies and their existing controls that they have on the capital markets. I love Dubai. The regulatory framework in the UAE benefits the existing platforms. There are many exciting projects on the horizon. You just have to stay tuned.
It's unclear what will happen next. Even if Lee doesn't face his charges in the US, the damage to his reputation may impede his new businesses. But this story isn't just about Lee. If Dubai continues to harbor these questionable schemes, the damage these ventures pose is likely going to increase. With authorities often powerless to act across borders, it's fallen on people like Danny to sound the alarm on suspected scams.
It does have a big toll on me, and some days it does hit me like a ton of bricks. But because of my upbringing, I feel like I'm fighting a battle for other people, so it's not going to stop me doing what I do, but it is a concern.